Community is very important to me. One thing that I learned after the failure of my last startup is that there's a difference between running a startup in Providence and Boston and the Bay Area. And one observation I had with Boston and the Bay Area, where there are a lot of people that had been through the process of launching a startup and dealing with a startup's failure. And that group of people essentially formed a support group that got entrepreneurs back up off their feet quickly and got them going again and got them energized and made the connections that they need to make to look at new opportunities. And that moment where I realized what was lacking in Providence made it very important to me that I surround myself with community. At the time, there had been several of us trying to organize a very small Rhode Island community maker fair in a baseball stadium. And the baseball stadium pulled out of the event, and everybody kind of stood back and said, well, that's too bad, I guess we'll put this off and figure out later what we want to do. Simultaneous to the baseball team pulling out, I'd been having conversations with a local artist who runs an event called Faire that draws 25 to 100,000 people. And I thought to myself, it really would be great to put on some sort of maker fair event in Rhode Island and surround myself with community and help people make the kind of connections that go on in the West Coast entrepreneurship and maker communities and the Boston entrepreneur communities. So working with this artist, we decided to host a maker fair in conjunction with his event, and it very quickly occurred to me that there's a lot of pent-up demand in the New England area for meeting people and seeing what people are working on and talking about it, and the community is there. We just didn't have any way to connect with them, and so Maker Faire Rhode Island is an experiment to make a do-it-yourself maker fair. And really the experiment is about making connections, sharing what people do with each other, and creating a venue, a platform, and an event where people can come and see what kind of cool stuff goes on right next door to them. I'm really excited about Boston Museum of Science coming down, and that told me that we were doing an event that had really spread in the perceived impact. And the Boston Museum of Science said, look, this is a great thing to have. We would love to be able to connect with more people. We want to broaden our reach, and they're going to be in attendance. One other thing that's very exciting is the Rhode Island Historical Society is a partner in the event. One of the things that they spend a lot of time doing is researching the history of innovation and technology in Rhode Island. And that is a perfect tie-in to thinking about the future of history, the future of innovation and technology in Rhode Island. So we have a lot of really, really great partners that I'm excited to be working with.